Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to identify the best possible properties for short-term rentals in Orlando. We'll go through all the process, how to identify a neighborhood, how to calculate which houses are at a decent price regarding to the returns that we're going to generate via Airbnb, so we will be estimating returns. And by the end of the video we will show you precisely what are the properties that result from this analysis and which are the properties that you should consider buying yourself, for example, as of March 2023. If you're seeing this video and a couple of months have passed, it doesn't matter, because on this video we'll show you the whole process of how to identify a neighborhood, how to identify the properties, how to calculate which properties have better returns on Airbnb. So this will be useful. Also, many of the resources that we use as a calculator and the information from the agents that we use in Orlando are available. So you can still use that information that's generated on this video, even if you're seeing this a couple of months down the line. So the first step is to go into Airbnb and type the word Orlando. This will show us different places which Airbnb expects that we would be staying if we were searching for places in Orlando. For this video, we'll be using one particular asset type, which is houses for 2 parents and 3 kids. So it's 2 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms with, so that is how we define it. And the next step is having defined that asset class, we will be searching in neighborhoods where Airbnbs are allowed. So we know that short-term rentals are not legal in many places in Orlando. We will be focusing on the neighborhoods that actually are. If we go into Airbnb and we start looking for results, we will see that we see results. So east of Kissimmee, we see results between Dr. Phillips and Williamsburg. So the areas are pretty well outlined. So this here stands up next to Big Sand Lake. So this is a very small neighborhood, but despite of that, whenever we do a broad search in Orlando, this very small neighborhood will show up on the first results. So that is telling us something. Expected occupancy rate for Orlando is 80%. But in this case, in particular, if this neighborhood is showing up more than the rest, we are pretty much guaranteed that we will have something above 80% as occupancy rate. And east of Kissimmee, closer to the parks, which are here, is our second choice. We will not go beyond Kissimmee because from our research, whenever someone has to drive more than 15 miles to get to the park, the occupancy rate goes down. The third step will be, for each of these neighborhoods, we need to estimate what is the expected income per year. And how we will do that, we will first calculate the average daily rate for the particular neighborhood. In this case, we will just make a list. We'll go to the first neighborhood and we will write down the prices and get the average price as we can see in this Excel file. We'll take a sample of 20. So for example, for Sand Lake, which is the first neighborhood that we selected, the average price is 110 per night. So 110 times 30, so we get the monthly rate, times 80%, which is the expected occupancy rate, should give us $2,600 per month. $2,600 per month. So we have calculated this for the 3 neighborhoods. Now the next step is to go into Redfin and see the average price for the properties in each neighborhood. The neighborhood that we found that we find next to Big Sand Lake, for example, we go to Redfin and we find only 1 property available in that tiny neighborhood that is doing so well on Airbnb. So as you can see over here, the property is priced at $259,000. At the third, we will not see all of the properties. We'll just go to we'll just get to the results. You can see all of the analysis on an article that is posted on this video. Once we have that property for that neighborhood and a set of other properties for the other neighborhood that's available, where we found that there's available stock of properties, we will do a cap rate analysis. Is the net income from renting the properties on as a short-term rental on Airbnb divided by the property price. So, for example, if we generate $10,000 net by the end of the year and we paid $100,000 for a property, the cap rate for that property is 10%. It's a profit. It gives us a rate of profitability. So we will analyze every property. I will show you one case, which is our favorite case. You can on Redfin you can see the expenses as HOA and property tax for each property, and you can use that information and input it on a calculator, or use our calculator that already has estimations whenever you're missing some data. For example, our favorite property from this research, it's in Lake Road. As you can see, you have all the costs here and the expenses associated. When we analyze this property through our calculator, the cap rate will be 11%, almost 11%. So the profitability for this property is really good, but we're minimizing risk in this case because the neighborhood, it's legal in this particular neighborhood to have a short-term rental, and the expected occupancy rate for this specific neighborhood in South Orlando is very high. A cap rate of 11% for a property in Orlando is a very good deal. So as of March the 16th, our favorite property for short-term rental in Orlando to minimize occupancy risk is this property right here. Having shown you the whole process of how to identify a neighborhood, how to look for the properties on Redfin, and then performing a cap rate analysis using our calculator, which you can download for free on our website. We have shown you how to do it to minimize risk when buying a property as a short-term rental with good cap rates. If you want to get in touch with us, just go to getfoothold.com. If you need an agent that specializes on short-term rentals in Orlando, let us know. We'll put you in touch with someone. And all of the resources that you see here as the article and the calculator are free on our website. You can feel free to use them to perform your own analysis. So you can use this same process anytime you like on any city that you like. That's what's important. All right. Hope you like this. See you soon.